HK-47, I did not realize that you still existed, especially now that the other generations are activated.
Query, what is it you wish, Fat One?
I see that your recent reassembly has not affected your behavior core, nor your attitude.
Statement. If I require a similar diagnostic in the future, I shall seek out the Iridonian.
Oh, I do not think so. There is much work that needs to be done first.
Statement. My memory core has suffered some damage. Statement. Yet somehow, a gap in my circuits makes me feel as if I should remember you. Statement. This is all the more important since during my routine inspection of all potential escape routes from this vessel, I made an interesting discovery. Observation. The navicomputer is voice-locked. As a consequence, you are now responsible for course corrections and astrogation. Statement. That is indeed a great burden. It also raises many questions. Query. Why would someone lock the navicomputer? Answer. Presumably to hide where one has been. Statement. I believe this ship has been somewhere. Somewhere you wish to keep hidden.
Yes, General? Was there something you wanted me?
Yeah, something wrong. Grenades. Well, I don't like to use them unless they're C5 concussion spheres or the Merson cryoband pellets. Sonic screamers aren't too bad either, just don't use them on a Bith. It makes their head explode like a melon. And don't do it to a Celestin either. Makes their ears bleed and they gibber twice as fast. Alright, keep your robes on. Here you go. Talk. Go ahead. I've killed... I don't know. I don't...
My life is yours.
Tawancha morechiwa, mufalawa ni bobo wishyot kuna sita dorcho ni sobawata. Tawancha morechiwa, mufalawa ni bobo wishyot kuna sita dorcho ni sobawata.
I have not trained in the dance, but the Ichani fighting arts are very dance-like in their movements. I do not think it would be a stretch for me to do this.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatora. Tayaita, ta bosananhansata.
If you are sure. Really, though, I would be more than happy to do it.
Muliwrawa iberendia tia Vishnu nunca se utadira mat mandrakotu sa minarinkadin.
Put this on?
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatora. Tayaita ta bosananhansata.
In that case, give it to me, and I will prepare myself.
Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Tonino bapin koneyaka. Chuba picha tunayuma mochinawa. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatora. Tayaita ta bosananhansata. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatora. Tayaita ta bosananhansata.
Watagritug Jimulira, Nichudankanau.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatora. Tayaita ta bosananhansata. Entomesh mi paju watamincha yokolondoado nukulabirawa. Tines un soto.
Başni vanina başna ora hunda kime wadni nina nana rabdishna badak dishne Ready.
Hamirit matiwas uçana bile maşnat namani rani var panavara di bileş ne matlık tümnura de nala binilaş navana havda. Maşni mahiran hala, devani nereş ne nemeş. Marashniva Kadavinish Nibidinish Napashniva Natarna Nibin of Narone Wapura Minidanish. Marashniva Kadavinish Nibidinish Napashniva Natarna Nibin of Narone Wapura Minidanish.
Ready.
So, you have the look of a seasoned spacer about you. What backwash you looking for? That's so. Well, you're in luck. I got plenty of it. Costs you 100 credits for a flask big enough for what you need, no more. Here's the flask. Aged to perfection. Should be just what you need.
Stealth field active.
Schönes, Schwindelerstich, Ananauer Sonnenmittels, Simbösa, Nemrakta, Schussefrenga, Malakta, Alini, Geländerstift.
Ubabos. Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Tawancha morechiwa, mufalawa ni bobo wish yot kuna sita dorcho ni sobawata?
It might be helpful if I made some changes to my remote's maintenance laser to do spot repairs.
That would be a welcome improvement. My combat effectiveness could be better sustained, providing an advantageous arrangement. And my miniature counterpart would finally be able to pull his weight in a fight.
All right then. I'll work on it when we get back to the Hawk. There. You should be able to do some quick fixes. You won't be able to perform serious repairs, but you should be able to patch up any broken droids. You know, I think it's time I gave your cutting laser a little boost. It works fine for repairs, but we could use your help in a firefight. Don't worry about it. We'll make sure they keep you out of their scopes. Think of it this way. You can keep Goto in line with it.
Iridonian, if I might have a moment.
What is it, Goto?
I have spent some time in the presence of your remote, and the upgrades you have performed on him are quite adequate. I am impressed with your work, though less so with your remote itself.
What's wrong with my remote?
I find his use of resources, energy spent on frivolous things, to be an unsightly waste. But it is obvious you have some skill, however slight, in the upgrading of machines. I want you to provide me with similar upgrades.
I should be able to do something. I will see what I can do next time I have a free moment.
Yeah, something wrong? Go ahead. Yeah, more or less. I wasn't born there, I just ended up there. Yeah, something wrong. Talk. Go ahead. Feels better to be back here, not cooped up on that ship. Well, Nar Shaddaa may be one of the biggest cesspits in the galaxy, but it's got a life to it. Activity. Aliens, people, refugees. It's like noise, but relaxing. Like the hum of a hyperdrive. Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far. I'll believe it when I see it. No thanks. You can keep your Jedi training to yourself. Yeah, something. Go ahead. Talk. What? Are you? Look, you're. I mean, you're. Run away. Go ahead. I've killed. I know. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, something wrong. Yeah. It's. Think me. Take. I'm good at. Not if you know. This is. You know you're. I'm good.
Yes? You may. I've. Perhaps. You. We attend Atris. It is the duty of all of us, from the first of my sisters to me, the last of the handmaidens. I am the last of the handmaidens. This is correct. I train so that one day that will no longer be true. That is not entirely correct. There are times I am distracted. Perhaps once having known the ways of the Jedi, you may understand what occupies my thoughts. There is much knowledge on Telos, and only one of the Jedi remain. There is so much about their ways of battle, their forms, their stances, that may be lost forever if the last of the Jedi is taken from the galaxy. I know your meaning, but I have not been clear on mine. Stance, form, discipline are a means of expression and communication. They speak one's heart and one's devotion to their cause. It was to the Jedi traitor Malak. It was to the Jedi traitor Revan. When Terrace was destroyed, it showed Malak's heart through its execution and intent. It was brutal, without finesse, but showed his commitment to defeat the Jedi. Yet with Revan, there was the same commitment, but it was a subtle thing, like weaving threads in a tapestry or strokes upon a canvas. He spoke through battle and tactics in a way one could never do in words. He showed his heart at Malachor V. And finally, at the end of the Jedi Civil War, I believe he was speaking to Malak in that final battle, though few knew it. But to say that seems an untruth, based on what I know of the Jedi. The Force can drive others, but there is still choice, is there not? If there is no choice in the Force, then our teachings and our actions are for nothing, and I refuse to believe that is true.